In today's video, I'm going to be discussing my 2024 goals for photography and this YouTube channel. This is something that I do every year at the start of the year to kind of try to keep myself accountable to what I'm working on that year and to try to grow and expand this channel and my photography and hopefully eventually build this into a career as a wildlife photographer and a YouTube content creator for wildlife photography. And this is kind of a way to both keep myself accountable and to let you guys know what I have planned for the year, what I'm trying to do this year on this YouTube channel and photo-wise, and what you guys can kind of expect. In 2023, I didn't quite get done everything I hoped to. I only got about half of my goals completed. And so some of those goals transitioned over into 2024. And if you're wondering why I didn't get so many done, go check out my most recent video and I talk about why some of those goals did not get completed. But like I said, some have been carried over into this year, so we're going to talk about my new goals and my goals from last year that were carried over. So let's jump straight into it with the first goal. My first goal for 2024 is going to be to get out a YouTube video at least once a month. This will still allow me to have time to focus on quality over quantity of YouTube videos, which is really important to me and is something that I really want to make sure I'm doing. I would rather put out a couple of amazing YouTube videos than a ton of crap YouTube videos. So a whole month to work on that video will give me some time to do that, but will also put a little bit of pressure on me to meet a deadline. So hopefully my posting won't be as sporadic as last year. So at least 12 videos this year, if not more, is the goal. On top of that, I have some different plans for videos that I'm going to try to achieve. So my second goal is to kind of make sure that all these plans happen as planned and that I'm able to create videos of all of these different things. So getting into it with kind of the first plan that I have upcoming here soon, after I finish my job working as a snow coach driver here in Yellowstone National Park this winter, which I will be creating some wildlife photography vlogs from here in Yellowstone, shooting wildlife in the winter landscape. But after that, my first plan is actually a trip to Texas. I'm doing a little bit of collaboration work, which you'll learn more about in that video, down in the Big Bend area. So I'll be going to Big Bend National Park, and I will be photographing wildlife there and landscapes maybe as well, and creating a YouTube video of that. So that's the first plan that I kind of have that I want to make sure I complete this year. And so far everything's on track with that. The trip is booked and yeah, everything's ready to go. After that, this June, I'm going to be going to Alaska finally for the 10,000 subscriber trip giveaway. That was booked all the way back in late 2022, early 2023. And it's finally taking place in summer of 2024. So me and some subscribers, 2 subscribers actually, one is kind of paying for their own way there. More of the details of that will be explained in the video. But we're going up to Alaska and we're going to photograph brown bears in Lake Clark National Park in June. Obviously before that, I'll be here in Yellowstone. I do have a summer job in Yellowstone that runs from May all the way through October, and I'll be creating wildlife photography vlogs all the way through spring, summer, and fall here in Yellowstone. So we're gonna have that content as well. But the next kind of planned trip is gonna be that Alaska trip. Then after that, later in the year in October, I have plans to go to Great Smoky Mountains National Park once I get done with my job here in Yellowstone and photograph wildlife in the fall colors there. The Smokies are one of my favorite places on earth to shoot. The fall colors are incredible there. The diversity of plant life is incredible there, and the wildlife is abundant there. So I'm gonna go out to the Smokies, create some wildlife photography vlogs, and I don't want to get into too many details, but it's also kind of a scouting trip for one of my later goals that we'll talk about later in this video. So yeah, those are kind of my planned trips for this year, and those are what I want to make sure I get done and everything stays on track for that in 2024. The next goal is going to be to reach 50,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. We're almost halfway there, not quite. I guess we're maybe more like a third of the way there, but that's kind of something that I really want to focus on. I want to continue to grow this YouTube channel. I want to post consistent, great content for you guys that everyone out there is enjoying, and I want more people to find that and enjoy it. And I don't say that because I want to have a huge following and be famous and all that kind of stuff. I say that because having more subscribers, in the end, YouTube pays me more for that because I get more views on videos. So if I have 50,000 subscribers and all of those subscribers are viewing, I'm getting more views on my videos, YouTube is paying me more, and that allows me to continue to go more places to create more wildlife photography YouTube videos and shoot more. It's never been about, the fame or any of that kind of stuff for me. That's not what I'm looking for out of this YouTube channel, and I want to make that clear. I'm just looking to do what I love as a profession, and this is kind of an avenue to do that. And I love being able to share that with you guys. I love seeing how much you guys get out of this content and how much you enjoy it and learn from it and how much it inspires you to come here to Yellowstone. The amount of people I met in 23 that came up to me and said, hey, you know, we watch your YouTube videos, we love your stuff, and you're what inspired us to come to Yellowstone, is amazing. And I love that, and it makes me feel so good that you guys are getting so much out of this. So I say all that just to basically say that I'm doing this as a way to continue to do what I love and to inspire you all and to give you guys the content you want, not for some reason of like, oh, I want to have 50,000 followers because that's a number for fame or anything like that. That's not what I'm looking for out of this. And I just want to clarify that when I talk numbers like that. So anyways, that's that. My next goal is going to be to make more on photography this year than I did last year. So basically, you know, each year I keep track of how much money I'm making on photography because I'm trying to build to a point where hopefully I don't have to work some random job here in Yellowstone. I want to be able to live here and just make my living doing what I love with photography. And so I try to keep track of how much I'm making each year and try to grow that number each year to get closer to that goal. So that's my next goal, make more on photography this year than last year. And then my next goal is one that I carried over from 2023 that I just didn't end up getting done. It continued to, you know, get pushed off. And so it's something that's gonna get done in January of this year. I'm gonna get this goal done very early on in this year. And that is to start a newsletter. That will have wildlife photography stories, updates on kind of what I'm doing, times out in the field, and hopefully some lessons and things that I can teach you guys that I've learned out in the field as well. I've already started typing up the first story, and I'm really excited about it. I think you guys are going to learn from that, and I think many of you will enjoy it as well. And then next is to expand my photographic horizons. To this point, I've shot a lot of wildlife portraits, so kind of close-up images, blurred foreground, blurred background, you know, even lighting, pretty simplistic photos. I like the photos. I like how they look. I think I've got some work that I'm happy with, but I want to expand that. A lot of my work looks very similar. A lot of it is the same kind of portrait over and over again, just with a different species or different animal. I want to expand that. I want to work with more interesting light. I want to try to work with more backlighting, more side lighting, more front lighting, as opposed to, I shoot a lot of times in even lighting. I love even lighting. I love moody conditions. I love the moody scenes that, you know, an even overcast day creates. So I want to work more with interesting lighting this year, and I want to work more on environmental portraits. Like I said, most of what I have are kind of close-up portraits, but I want to work more this year on creating some environmental portraits as well, where the animal is small in frame and the story is about this animal in a grander landscape, a grander habitat. So that's something I'm going to focus on in 2024 too. And then my next goal, which is actually the final one, is going to be one that is also carried over from 2023, like some of the other goals in this list, and that is to prepare and launch a workshop somewhere in the US in 2024. So I'm going to plan the workshop and launch it and put it out for sale in 2024, but the actual workshop will be in 2025. But I want to get it prepared and out there this year in 2024. Get all the permits and all the legality stuff done for that and get it going in 2024. And this links back to an earlier goal that I had about some of my trips that I have planned. I mentioned that my trip to the Smokies is not only going to be about, you know, creating some cool content, but it's also going to be a scouting trip, and that's what I'm going to be scouting for, the workshop. So that is my final goal. I want to plan a trip to the Smokies, and I want you guys to come along. Probably we'll have 3 to 5 spots available on that you guys will get to fill, and it'll be kind of a small group, intimate workshop photographing the Smoky Mountains, the wildlife there, and the landscapes in a gorgeous array of fall colors in October 2025. And that is honestly about all I have for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. For those of you that did want to get an update on kind of what the plans are for this year, I hope your year is off to a great start here with the first few days, and I hope that you have a wonderful 2024. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your continued support. I hope 2024 has been great to you so far, and I will see you all in the next video.